Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers and Digital Empire Builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. And today, we're going all the way back to when I first started doing live videos of these shows. On Fridays, we would do something called Free Game Fridays. That's right, where you ask questions and I give up the game for free. That's right. So live Q&A today, man. I'm super excited to be sharing my thoughts and my wisdom with you on what you want to know versus every other day where I share what I want you to know. So it's about to go down. So do me a huge favor. Comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. Smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Social Media Consistency Challenge Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. What is the Social Media Consistency Challenge? That is me challenging you to be more consistent on social media. Why, you might ask, would I challenge you to be more consistent on social? Because when you get consistent, trust me, your business will change. So what I've done is when you text Daily Hustle to 314-730-3999, again, the number is 314-730-3999. Text Daily Hustle to that number. You're going to get on a list where I'm going to email you every day an infographic to post, the captions and the hashtags to go with that post, and a short video to explain to you the thought process behind being consistent on social and using content marketing in your business. You do those things, I promise you, for the next 21 days, you will be more consistent on social. So today we're doing a live Q&A. Just want to share some thoughts with you. And I want you guys to, if you are in position to ask questions about marketing, about branding, about making money online, about money, about credit, all of the things that you hear me discuss and talk about on these channels, then let's do some live Q&A. I used to do this every single week. Let me know, would y'all like to have Free Game Fridays every single Friday where we do a live Q&A and I help you specifically with your businesses? Now, here's what you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. You got to understand that you got to participate. You got to show up and you've got to participate in your own rescue. So first things first, if you have a business and you're not driving or something where you can't type, you need to post the name of your business in the comments right now. I don't know why more of y'all don't do that, right? Post the name of your business in the comments. Now, I lied. I said, I don't know why some of y'all don't do that. I do know why some of y'all don't do that, because y'all secret agent entrepreneurs. Cortez, my business ain't where I want it to be, so I don't want everybody to know that I'm even in business. Well, guess what? Because you don't want nobody to know that you're in business, that's why it's not where you want it to be, right? That's why it's not where you want it to be. So I need you to comment the name of your business and or your brand in the comments, and I'm going to give you a shout out. Let's see. So Kitchens Enterprises LLC with United Wealth Education. I love that. I love that. So do me another favor, Tracy. And if do you know your unique transformation proposition, right? So when you're using platforms like this, you posted the name of your business. Now I'm gonna give you permission to do something else. Give me your unique transformation proposition. What is that? I help blank do blank without blank so they can blank. I help small local businesses increase their online presence and attract more customers without paid advertising so they can grow their business predictably, right? I help who do what without what so they can, whatever the benefit is, right? We're going to learn something today, ladies and gentlemen. So a couple quick announcements. No announcements today. No announcements today. So let me go ahead and get into the show. If you're new here on the Cortez Hustle Show, we start every show with a quote of the day, right? So today's quote is, I'm listening to my morning motivation, right? I listen to something every morning to get me going, right? That's why I show up at 7 a.m. with so much energy, right? Because I am deliberate about how I start my day. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not as fired up as usual because this whole week, man, my back has been bothering me. So I haven't worked out this whole week. Normally I work out 3 or 4 days a week in the morning. Hadn't been the case this week, but as I was listening, I heard Coach Payne say, the hustler's mindset says, if I am going to have something, I must become something. This is the hustler's mindset. The hustler's mentality said, if I am going to have something, I must first become something. Some of us are trying to have without becoming. And I'm going to tell you, like a mentor told me, cut me to my soul. If the person that you are today is capable of building wealth, and that's what I was trying to do. I'm still trying to build wealth. So you fill in the blank. If the person that you are today was capable of doing blank, you fill in the blank, building wealth, building a business, making more money, advancing your career, having a better relationship with your spouse or your children, being more active in the community, whatever your blank is, if the person that you are today was capable of doing blank, you'd already done it. And I know that hurts, but we have to get supremely self-aware. The reason that I'm not a billionaire today, because the person that I am today is not capable of vibrating on a high enough frequency to attract to produce the thoughts that will create $1 billion worth of assets in the world that I'm building. So what am I doing about that? I'm becoming a billionaire every day. I'm doing the things that billionaires that I study, I'm doing the things today that they did 25, 30 years ago before they became billionaires. So I can become that. And when I become that, I'll do the activities that they do and I'll have the things that they have. Tracy said, no lies detected. So you have to become first. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? That's the hustler's mindset. That's the hustler's mentality. I got to become something. So every day I'm going to hustle. I'm going to grind. I'm going to grow inch by inch. I'm going to grow 1% every day. I'm going to grow into this person that is capable of doing the activities that's required consistently so I can have what I want to have, right? Ladies and gentlemen, becoming, be, do, have. It's not the other way around, right? I had to start taking the word hack out of my vocabulary. So you see me do shows on social media hacks, right? Marketing hacks. I had to take that out of my vocabulary because people are looking for a hack. In other words, a hack is synonymous with a shortcut. The shortcut is the work, y'all. The shortcut is showing up every day, giving everything that you are. When I coach youth basketball, and we would get ready to go into battle on the court, right? I would have my guys huddle up, and my captain would ask his teammates a question: what does it take to win? And his teammates would respond, all it takes is all we got. I want y'all to put that in the comments, man. All it takes is all I got. So to have my captain, and they would huddle up, and they would jump around, and they would bounce around. He said, what does it take to win? All it takes is all we got. What does it take to win? All it takes is all we got. What does it take to win? All it takes is all we got. What does it take to win? All it takes is all we got. What does it take for you to win? If no one has told you, I'm telling you, all it takes is all you got. And if you are not winning, chances are you are holding back. You are not giving all you got, period. End the discussion. Or if you have started giving all you got, you haven't been given all you got long enough for the results to manifest. Most people won't give all they got long enough for the results to manifest. They quit before they see the results. All it takes is all you got. And I got a little fired up on y'all this morning. So that is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by the Social Media Consistency Challenge. I need y'all to text me Daily Hustle to 314-730-3999. Some of y'all just don't know what to post, and you're getting confused, and you're letting that stop you. So I'm going to give you some generic stuff that's real attractive. It looks real good. I'm going to give you an infographic every day. I'm going to give you the caption and the hashtag. And for those of you who might want to brand it and make it your own, I give you the link to Canva so you can actually go in and edit it and put your logo on this stuff. And I give you a video that shows you how to do that every day for 21 days. I promise you, if you do the daily hustle for 21 days, you'll be more consistent in your social media. You'll have a better understanding of how content marketing works, how to attract people to you, and how to convert people on social media into leads, into booked appointments on your calendar, collecting names and email addresses, building your list. But you got to know what to do. So text Daily Hustle to 314-730-3999. It's time, y'all. We're doing a live Q&A today. Would you guys be open to every Friday showing up and us doing what I used to call free game Fridays, where every Friday we would just do rapid fire Q&A, every Friday, rapid fire Q&A. So that's what I want to do today. And if you guys would like for me to bring that back, then I'll try not to have guests booked on Fridays, and you guys start submitting your questions to me through the week. And at the end of the week on Fridays, we'll just go hard, and I will answer your questions to the best of my abilities. That questions that I don't have the answer to, I am very resourceful. I know a lot of people in this space. I follow a lot of dope marketers. So if I don't know the answer, chances are I can direct you to a resource that can. So I need y'all to do me two things. Post the name of your business in the comments, right? I keep telling y'all to do that. Post your unique transformation proposition, right? I help who? Do what? Without what? So that they can, what's the benefit, right? This is important. This is important for y'all to practice doing this, right? Dr. George Frazier of Power Network, he would say, it's not who you know, It's not just who knows you, but it's what they know about you, right? For those people who follow the Cortez Hustle Show, whenever the name Cortez Hustle comes up, they think podcast, they think social media, they think dude is consistent as heck, they think marketing. When your name comes up, what do people know about you? See, if I don't know anything about you and y'all show up here every day, I can't recommend you. I give you a prime example. My man Mark Presswood is on every day, right? Somebody on my stream the other day, no, this was about 2 weeks ago, said, man, you know what? I'm trying to get into real estate. And Mark will tell you what was my reply. Hey, you ought to connect with my guy, Mark Presswood. He buys rental properties all over the country. And I tagged Mark in the post. That doesn't happen if Mark doesn't consistently post the name of his brand and what he does in the comments. So when the person said they're trying to get into real estate, it's not that I just know Mark. It's not just Mark knows me, but I know something about Mark. So I'm able to then recommend Mark to other people. See, I want this stream to not just be me spewing information, which I love to talk, as you guys know, but this is an opportunity for us to network with each other. So I know Tracy did at least put her unique transformation proposition in. So let me show Tracy some love this morning. Go ahead, post your questions. What are your questions about marketing, about money, about branding, about business? If I know what I do, if I don't, I am confident enough in my own skin to say, man, I don't know. Right? So the name of Tracy's business is Kitchens Enterprises LLC with United Wealth Educators, right? I help people fire their boss. I especially help women learn how to be the independent badass they are equipped to be financially, mentally, and emotionally. All right, Tracy. Hope you don't mind. Let me help you kind of flip this so that it reads it in a better and an easier statement, right? So I help who? I don't help people fire their boss, Tracy. I help women, because you said I especially help women. One of the things that you got to understand about marketing is when you're marketing, you have to talk to a person. You don't talk to people in your marketing, you talk to one person. Now, when I hear you talking to me, right? Imagine being in a crowded arena, right? And there's people all over the place. And the person on stage from the microphone calls your name. Hey, Tracy, right? What you gonna do? You're gonna turn around and you're gonna respond. You're gonna turn around and you're gonna respond. Well, guess what? The reason that you are in that crowded arena at that concert is because that person has been calling your name with their music, and that's why you paid to go see them. When that person sings that song, they rap, they do that comedy, you feel like they are talking only to you. Your marketing has to be the same way. So, Tracy, if I revamp your unique transformation proposition, I would say I help women do what? Fire their bosses without losing themselves and having to deal with mom guilt, so they can become the independent badasses that they are equipped to be financially, mentally, and emotional. And I know the challenge, Tracy, is that, well, my products are good for men too. You ain't talking to men. See, when you get good at helping women, guess what? 50% of the women that you help are married to a man or dating a man, have a brother, have a sister, have a father. And they're going to recommend that their brother, sister, father get your product and service. So you don't have to talk to the man, you talk to the woman, and you do so good at transforming the life of the woman that she's going to introduce the men to you. Hope that makes sense, y'all. I hope that makes sense. Tracy, I hope you don't mind me using you as an example either. All right, come on, man. What kind of questions do you have about branding and marketing? Get your questions ready. We're going to jump into 1 minute motivation real quick. Tracy said, yes, I chose women because I am a woman. And yes, I am in agreement. Yeah. When you are targeting your audience, the first place to look is in the mirror. The first place to look is in the mirror. Hey, the reason that I got with United Wealth Systems is because I'm trying to do something myself. I'm trying to figure myself out. And you know what? I know that there are other women just like me, right? I know that there are other hustlers just like me. That's why I have the Cortez Hustle Show. I know there are other men like me trying to figure this how to make money online thing out, right? So we're gonna get into 1 minute motivation, man. Post your questions in the chat if you're watching this live. If you are not watching this live, just know that you can always inbox me your question. And it sounds like everybody's in agreement that we'll do free game Fridays every Friday, and I want to help, right? Yes, that you're saying go find a friend. Yeah, appreciate that. So we're gonna get into 1 minute motivation real quick. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, 1 minute motivation is where we play a short motivational clip, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. And I ask that if you're watching us live to comment your takeaways. I'm gonna give a couple takeaways as well. So let's get into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
Change is always going to be difficult. It's inevitable, but it's going to be difficult. And I want you to start having a better appreciation and mindset around change. But first, I need you to understand that there are two types of change. First is the change that is imposed on you. But the other type of change, which I do want to make sure you pay attention to, is the type of change that you initiate. And I want you to start leaning into and seeking out change anywhere and everywhere that you can.
If you want to know something about yourself, sit on your bed one night and say, my life is not everything I want it to be, and perhaps it's not everything that I need it to be. What's one thing I'm doing wrong, that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? It's like, you meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one.
You need to wake up every single day of your life and simply say, I'm going to do the best I can with what I have, where I am. I'm going to do the best I can with what I have, where I am. Whatever limitations are placed upon you because of this imposed change, you're not going to focus on that. You're going to focus on doing the best you can with what you have, where you are. Anytime you make a change, it is going to be a prerequisite to you becoming more self-actualized. See, the goal to you raising your sales performance is to raise yourself, is to become the best version of yourself. Those two things will go hand in hand. And
ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor, man. If y'all have not already hit that share button, y'all know y'all got some value so far this morning, man. Hit that share button. Somebody on your timeline needs to be uplifted this morning, man. Listen, change, y'all. Change. That was so heavy, man. That was so rich. I hope y'all got something out of that. Let me know if y'all heard something. If y'all heard something in that. Change is constant. It's inevitable. And it's always difficult. Always. And just as you are assured that change is constant, man, things are always going to be changing. I now have come to accept the realization that every time things change, it's going to be hard. Everybody put in the comments, embrace the hard. Listen, our mind and the way we have been designed is to go with the flow, right? It is to not challenge ourselves. So our nature is to run away from anything that is difficult. You got to embrace the hard, y'all. You got to embrace the hard. He says there's two changes. There's the change that is thrust upon you, and then there is the change that you initiate. As I'm sitting back and based on where I am in my life and in my business and the things that I'm trying to do, I'm a huge basketball fan. I love to play the game. I used to coach the young fellas. I coach my son. I've got a son who's playing at Rockhurst University. So I love the game. I've got a couple other players that I've coached that are playing, but I don't get to watch the game often. So when we say the change that is thrust upon you or the change that you initiate, the reason that you have the Steph Currys of the world and the Ja Morants of the world. I've been watching this young kid in Memphis named Ja Morant. Dude is phenomenal. But I asked myself, how is it that they are able to make those adjustments and compete on the highest level with millions of people watching and not be nervous? Because they initiated some changes in their lives where they literally train and put themselves in positions where they train in a way that it's harder than the game ever will be. Right? When I would coach my young basketball teams, they would literally run for 2 hours. Now, in a game of basketball, you don't run for 2 hours. But I had to push them harder than the game ever would be so that the game would become easier. When we would go to the basket and we would do our layup drills, I would have the blocking pad on one side. I would have another player on the other side grabbing their arm and trying to pull them down. Now, in the game, that's going to be called a foul. But in practice, I wanted to make the environment in practice harder than the game ever would be. So when they get into the game and they get to those difficult situations and the game is thrusting change on them, it's not foreign to them because they've been through so much change that they initiated themselves. They've embraced the hard. They were waiting on the game to get hard like that. You got to embrace the hard, y'all. Ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my favorite marketers, talks a lot about self-awareness, and he really helped me in this regard, right? When you start to realize that everything that you have or don't have is your fault, your life gonna change. Your life is going to change. What am I doing or not doing that's keeping me stuck in this rut? It's very easy to point the finger at what someone else is not doing. Man, my husband or my wife ain't doing this. Well, you picked them. Oh, my son, my daughter always needs something. You raised them. My job, my boss, this. You accepted that offer letter. Like when you understand that, like the Bible says, ye are all gods under the Most High God. Meaning you are 100% responsible for the world that you are creating. And if my world is upside down, I did that. And if my world is going to be flipped right side up, guess what? I'm going to have to do that too. Ain't no savior coming. I have to, if I don't like the way that my world is, I have to do something about it. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by the Social Media Consistency Challenge. Text keyword daily hustle to 314-730-3999. You're going to get on a list. And today, I'm going to email you a couple memes that you can post today with captions and hashtags, a link to a short video that's going to help you become a better content marketer. Right? And then I'm going to give you in that video instructions on how to edit the graphics. So if you want to put your logo on it, you want to put your social media hashtag on it, you want to put your phone number on it, you can do that. Text Daily Hustle to 314-730-3999. Now let's continue our discussion. Let's see who had some comments on the quote of the day. Become the best version of myself. Change is good. Weakness leaving the body, but change is necessary in order to adapt. Amen, Tracy. Amen. Awesome change is choice. Will it be easy? Nope, it will not. Let's see. Do the best you can with what you have, and know that that is enough. It's enough for what, Mark? It's enough to get you to tomorrow. It's enough to improve you by that 1%. So you'll never see while you're in the storm how far you've come. But when you look back and you see all the damage that the storm has caused, and you realize that you made it through, oh man, it hits a little bit different. All right, so let's get into some Q&A. Let's see what we got. Question: break down what the basics new marketing strategy. Give me some clarity on that, Mark. Break down what the basics new marketing strategy. I think that might be a typo in there too. Yeah, help me understand that with a little bit more clarity. But I think in 2022, I don't care what business you're in, you need to know this, that every business is 3 businesses, right? It's 3 businesses. You are in the media business, whether you want to be or not. You are in the tech business, whether you want to be or not. And you are in the relationship business, right? Every business is 3 businesses before we talk about what your products and services. I want y'all to catch that. Every business is 3 businesses before you sell a product or service. Number 1, you're in the relationship business. And I'm not talking just about the relationship with your customers. I'm talking about, as an entrepreneur, your relationship with yourself. Y'all better hear me. As an entrepreneur, your relationship with yourself is the principal thing, because your relationship with yourself dictates the relationships that you will ultimately have with your customers, that you will ultimately have with your partners, that you will ultimately have with your employees, that you will ultimately have with your community leaders. So I'm constantly working on myself. You're in the relationship business. You are in the technology business. Stop running around talking about you're not tech savvy, you're not a tech person. Stop declaring that over your life. You are in business. Today's business is technology. Every business. You know what turned Domino's Pizza around? And I'm going to help y'all understand something about this technology business. Oh, crud. I'm trying to remember the book that I read it in so you can get that as a reference. I can't remember it right off the top of my head, but the Domino's Pizza app turned Domino's Pizza around. You're in the technology business. I don't care what business you have. If you're in 2022 running around talking about you are not a tech person, you don't do technology, you don't listen, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're running from the hard because maybe it's something you don't understand. You got to understand it just enough to be comfortable hiring or partnering with someone that can help you get that done. You don't have to know the back ends of the codes that makes the funnel work, but you need to know enough to be confident enough to hire somebody to help you build a funnel. I don't need to know how Facebook does the notifications when I go live and it sends a notification to everybody and tell y'all that the Cortez Hustle Show is. I don't need to know how that happens from the code standpoint, the ones and the zeros to make that happen. I just need to know enough that, hey, if I'm consistent enough, Facebook is going to notify more and more people that I'm live every day. I'm in the technology business. And if you haven't figured out in 2022 that you're in the media business, now Gary Vaynerchuk has been saying this since 2015, 2016. Every company needs to see themselves as a media company / a financial education company. I'm a media company / digital marketing agency. Because without media, nobody knows you exist. And I still have people today, Cortez, I don't do social media. You're not going to do much in business either if you don't. Not for long. You've got to understand those three components. Tracy said, maybe, let's see, maybe it's not that we're doing something wrong, it's that we're too comfortable perhaps. Mindset has to develop and grow. Maybe it's a change we've been fighting to stop, yet too afraid to embrace, if that makes sense. It makes a tremendous amount of sense, Tracy. It is, you're absolutely right. Because your mind, I don't care what you're doing, the way God designed us is, my mind wants to coast on autopilot. My mind wants to coast on autopilot. My mind don't have to think about breathing. It just does it automatically. My mind don't have to think about blinking my eyes. It does that automatically. My mind doesn't have to think about my heart pumping and beating. It just does that automatically. If I cut myself, my mind doesn't have to think about how it's going to send resources to that cut to cause swelling and ultimately create a scab, right? Your mind wants to do everything on autopilot, right? It's called an oleodendrocyte, I think is what it's called. So the reason that Steph Curry can shoot the basketball the way that he does is he has done that so many millions of times that the neural connectors that run to the parts of his brain that affect his arm, that affect his eyes, that affect his hand and eye coordination, that affects his legs, that everything that is needed to make a shot, he has done it so many times that his mind has created these neural connections and insulated those neural connections so well that the signals that go from his brain to his body parts move faster than everyone else's, move more efficient than everyone else's. That's how you make superhumans. So when they say practice makes perfect, they're lying. Practice makes permanent. And because he practices perfect practice, now his practice is making perfect permanent, right? So what happens is the minute we do something challenging, your body, your physical body is going to resist that. But if you can overcome that resistance and force yourself to do it, then eventually your body says, okay, we want to do this so much so that it becomes automatic, so that we can do it without having to think about it. Because your brain takes so much of your energy resources to function when it's trying to learn and categorize and do something new. So what it's trying to do is, okay, how do we get this to autopilot so we can free up some of the resources that's required for us to make this action happen ongoing, right? That's what's happening. So you have to stick with that tough thing long enough for your brain to kind of start creating, okay, this is just going to be a part of us now. Now let's fix it in a way that it just becomes automatic. So we don't have to think as much when we're doing it. So we can keep those resources for fight or flight. That's what your brain is doing. Your brain is always trying to reserve resources for fight or flight. I'll tell you, because some of you guys are on your way to work this morning, right? How many of you guys have ever done this? You've taken the same route to work, home from work. In my case, I take the same route to my mother-in-law's house frequently, right? To my mom's house. Like, you take the same route to certain places so frequently that when you're going somewhere else and you happen to be on that same stretch of road, you automatically turn off, and you wasn't trying to go that way this time. Like, I do it all the time. It's like, if I get on a certain stretch of road, because my mind and my brain has taken this journey so many times, it's automatically trying to reserve resources. So I literally will get off on the exit to my mother-in-law's house almost every time I pass that street, even if I'm not going there. So when you're trying to incorporate something new into your life, just know that it's going to be challenging, and you have to do it enough to where your brain basically gives in and says, okay, for whatever reason, he's trying to get good at this. So let's help him get good at this. For whatever reason, she needs this to be part of our daily routine. So let's make it a part of the daily routine so we don't have to think about it no more. That's what you have to do. That's why the social media marketing challenge is so important. Let me send you what you need every day, and you just follow those steps every day. If you're not posting every day to your social media, or if you're not posting consistently to your social media, then that daily hustle challenge, the social media consistency challenge, is going to help you. So you know that you're a media site, you know that you're a media company, you know that you're a tech company, and you know that you are in a relationship business, right? Now, in your marketing, I'm using technology and media for one reason: to build relationships. There's two reasons that I asked you to comment in the chat the name of your business and or your brand. I ask it every day, and every time that I get on any stream, Mark knows that I do live streams throughout the day, and I always say, hey man, comment where you're from and drop the name of your business and or your brand. There's two reasons that I do that. A, I'm trying to bring some of you undercover secret agent entrepreneurs out of the closet, right? But B, I'm constantly building relationships. So Tracy best believe that I'm gonna be in Tracy's inbox when this stream is over. Tracy and I are in the same line of work. She targets women, I target men. But we both offer financial solutions to working Americans to help them build wealth. And for those who are ambitious, they can build businesses along with us. So I'm trying to encourage people to shout themselves out, because if you ain't shouting you out, ain't nobody shouting you out. And B, when people post and I see what kind of business they got going on, right? When Mark first started jumping on the stream and they said, oh, he's in real estate, I was like, oh man, that's somebody I might need to get to know, because I'm building digital real estate so I can ultimately go off the internet and build physical real estate as well. So your marketing should be with these couple of premises. I'm using technology and media to build relationships. If I know that I'm in 3 businesses, I'm in a media business, I'm in a technology business, I'm in a relationship business, then I should be using technology and media to build relationships so that I can offer solutions, my products and services to people that I've built a relationship with. Because until I build a relationship with you, I don't know if you even need what I have to offer. Until I build a relationship with you, I don't even know if you need what I have to offer. And I read a quote years ago that says, unsolicited advice is criticism. Unsolicited advice is criticism. So when you're having a conversation with someone and they just interject with their advice, you automatically feel criticized, don't you? You do, because you didn't ask them for that advice. But when you ask somebody, so tell me, what do you think about that? And then that person gives you that advice, whether it's critical or not, it hits different. Well, the same is true when you are pushing your products and services on someone that you have no relationship with. What do we call that? We don't call it criticism, we call it spam. We call it spam. But if you're using media and technology to build relationships with people, then you make offers to those people after you built the relationship. That's not considered spam. It's considered offering solutions. And that's why most of us have a nasty taste in our mouth when it comes to selling, and especially us selling our own products, because people have spammed us to death. And because we've been spammed to death, we think other people see us like spam. And that makes us feel anxious about the sales. But every one of us have been sold something by somebody after they've created a relationship, and we did not feel that way. We didn't feel that way. They created a relationship with us. They got to know what we were looking for, what our challenges were, and they made some recommendations. You, as an entrepreneur, have to learn how to get to that place in your business where, what can I do to build relationships at scale? Because I know y'all saying, well, Cortez, I don't have time and to be building relationships one-on-one. That's why you use media. Before the end of this show is done, or before the end of the day, this show will likely have about 500 views. I'm building relationships at scale, not one-on-one, one-to-many. And this is the power of using media and technology. I'm using media and technology to build relationships at scale. Because when you think about where we are in business, And this is Myron Golden's work. He said there's 4 reasons that your business isn't where it ought to be. 1, you're not making enough lead offers, right? If you're not making enough lead offers, then you don't have enough leads in your pipeline. If you're not making enough lead offers, you're not making enough core offers. If you're not making enough core offers, you're not making enough high ticket offers. If you're not making enough high ticket offers, you're not making enough continuity offers. And guess what? If one of the reasons we're not making enough lead generation offers is because we're not building enough relationships to offer to. Right? We're not thinking about enough. We're not creating enough relationships to be able to make enough offers or recommendations without feeling spammy. That's the challenge. So I want you to shift your mindset away from I'm using social media to make money. No, I'm using social media to build relationships. And if you know anything about Dr. Dennis Kimbrough's work, then you know that one of his primary forms of wealth is the relationships that you have. One of the primary forms of wealth, knowledge, relationships. Money, of course, is on the list, but it's not the only form of wealth. So I'm using social media to create relationships so that I can make recommendations. And when you understand that making the recommendations is not only about your products and is about the other person, this is why I love affiliate marketing. Because I can tell you that, hey, while I have a book called Monetize My Life, 4 incredibly simple ways to turn your passions into profits, I also don't mind, hey, if you're looking for traffic secrets, then I can recommend this product. Because since I have a relationship with you and I know the problem that you're trying to solve, my book might not solve that problem. So why would I try to force you to get my book if it's not going to solve your problem? That's selfish. That would be selfish of me. But because I know you and I know the problem that you have, I might have to recommend another entrepreneur's products because I care about you. I want to see you solve that problem. And the law of reciprocity says, even though I recommended somebody else's product and didn't make any money on that transaction, I sowed a seed. I was instrumental in that person getting that problem solved. As a result, I'm going to reap a harvest from that seed that I sowed into that person's life. So all businesses are relationship businesses. And I'm with you, Mark, 5,000 views, right? We're going to 10x the views, right? But if I look at my numbers, on average, every episode gets about 500 views, right? And we're working to grow. We're going to continue to grow it, right? But what is the views equating to? That don't equate to transaction. It equates to me starting a new relationship with about 1% of that 500. I started a new relationship with Tracy today, right? And that's more important to me than the 500 views, right? That's more important to me. And because I know the power that one relationship can have, I'm willing to get up every day and give 2 hours of my time and share my knowledge and my thoughts in the hopes that I create one new relationship every day. Because I know the power of one. I believe in the 6 degrees of separation. Tracy knows somebody that 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 might be a perfect fit for what I'm doing. So in your marketing, shift your focus to the reason that I'm using the technology of the internet, the reason that I'm using the media of these platforms, social media, right, is to build relationships. And through those relationships, I can make recommendations that make me money. Yeah, those are my guys, man. That's one of my bucket list goals, Mark, is to get on their show next year. You heard it here first. Cortez Hustle will be on Earn Your Leisure next year, 2023. So if you take anything away from today's Q&A, you guys didn't have a whole lot of questions for me, but I hope you guys got value from this. You're in 3 businesses before you sell anything. You're in a relationship business first and foremost. You're in a media business, you're in a technology business. Use technology and media for the purpose of building relationships so that you can make recommendations that will pay you. I'm going to say it one more time so you can get it. You're in 3 businesses before you sell anything. First and foremost, you're in the relationship business. Secondly, you're in the media business. Third, you're in the technology business. Use the technology of the internet and the media of these apps and platforms for the purpose of building relationships. And through those relationships, you can make recommendations that pay you. I have recommendations for my own products and services. I'm in a network marketing opportunity. I make recommendations for that product and that opportunity. I'm also an affiliate marketer, so I make recommendations of products like Russell Brunson's Traffic Secrets book. And those recommendations pay me. But I can't recommend something if I don't know you and we don't have a relationship and I don't understand the problem that you're trying to solve. That's how it works. Relationship, media, technology. Stop fighting technology, right? And Mark, that video that you shared in our group yesterday, bro, of the guy getting in the self-driving Uber, man, priceless, right? Stop fighting technology, embrace it, embrace that you are in the relationship business and it's not about you. It's always about the other person. The only relationship that you're really, really concerned with when it comes to you is the relationship with yourself, because the way that you deal with and interact with yourself is going to dictate the types of relationships and the types of people and energy that you attract to yourself. And once you build relationships using technology and media, you can then make recommendations that will pay you, right? So Marlon Douglas says, thank you, or Marion Douglas says, thank you for your time. Awesome content. This is helping me understand social media to build relationships. You got it, Marion, and looking forward to our meeting today. So that's going to do it for us today, man. I appreciate y'all. Looks like, what did I call it? Free Game Fridays is back. So we'll start doing this more on Friday. So start gathering your questions up during the week and then bring those questions to the show on Fridays, and we're going to rock it out, man. Until next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. So hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.